You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
I'm Smiley the dog. I am a mutt. I'm Smiley the dog. I'm super smiley. I have a cat, too sweet, the travel kitty. I have a good girlfriend, Angel's really pretty. I have a pony and we share a big horse. We have a big yard. Yeah, we have to, of course. I have a pool. In the summer I stay cool. To a fountain, live in the mountain, live high on the hog. Need to be a spokes dog. I'm Smiley the dog. I am a mutt. I'm Smiley the dog. I'm super smiley.
Woof and super smiles. Welcome to A Super Smiley Adventure on Pet Life Radio, the largest pet podcasting and Wi-Fi network in the world. I'm Megan Blake here with Smiley, my giant mutt and spokes dog for throwaways. Today we have some very cool guests that Smiley knows personally. They are amazingly talented sisters who are platinum recording artists and fantastic actresses who together just starred in the TV series Hellcats, Aly and AJ Mashaka. Hey girls!
Oh, hey Megan! Hey, what's up guys?
Aly, let me tell you a little bit about the girls here. Aly began acting at 5 and is the star of the TV series Hellcats with films like Easy A and Band Slam and the series Phil of the Future on her credits. And sister AJ began seriously studying acting at the age of 9 and then appeared on most of the major networks like CBS, Fox, HBO, ABC, WB, and NBC, and has acted in films including Super 8, The Lovely Bones, and one very dear to Starfire and many ha-has in my heart, Secretariat. Welcome, Aly and AJ. We're so happy you guys are here.
Thanks for having us. It's so cool.
And Smiley and Starfire and our squirrels are happy to have you here too. We're going to tell everybody about our squirrels and all of your next projects coming up, and most importantly, about your dogs. But first, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back to talk with Aly and AJ. Smiley, you know the deal. Wait. Good boy.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
I'm Smiley the dog. I'm super smiley. Must rock.
Buster, you're telling me my dog food products can't go on your shelves?
That's right. Didn't pass one of my Petco certified nutrition checklists. Sorry, Wayne.
Who made these checklists?
Geniuses. Very smart guys.
Well, it's good enough for most grocery stores.
Do you see cheese puffs on my shelves? Mayonnaise? Soda pop?
No.
That's because I ain't running no grocery store, Wayne. Your pets will get better nutrition, I guarantee it. Petco, where healthy pets go.
Enter the code LUCKY10, LUCKY, the number 10, and get 10% off any order. No minimum at petco.com.
I don't make any decisions about who to hire without going to Angie's List first.
You'll find reviews on home repair to healthcare, written by people just like you.
With Angie's List, I know who to call, and I know the results will be fantastic.
Angie's List, who you can trust.
Go to angieslist.com/super and get 25% off any subscription. That's angieslist.com/super, SUPER.
How would you like your business to reach out and invite in our audience? We have a brand new trademark concept called InfoSeeds. InfoSeeds are short 20-second seeds of information about your place of business, practice, or service. Is the best, most cost-effective way to invite us in. We only have a limited number of slots left. For more information, visit the website
PetLifeRadio.com.
Click on sponsorship information. There you can listen to a sample of InfoSeed. Remember, only a limited number of opportunities are available.
Hi guys, this is Skylar Samuel.
Hi, this is Rochelle Pfaff from the Twilight franchise.
Hey, what's going on? It's Tyler James Williams from Everybody Hates Chris.
Hey guys, it's Caroline Sunshine from the new movie Marmaduke.
You are listening to the amazing, unstoppable Kristen Powers.
Pets Rock.
Pets Rock.
Pets Rock. Pets Rock.
Pets Rock on Pet Life Radio.
Hey everyone, this is Kristen Powers of Pets Rock at Pet Life Radio. We'll see you next time.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Pets Rock.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
And we're back on Pet Life Radio, A Super Smiley Adventure. I'm Megan Blake, and today we're here with film and television stars who are also sisters, singers, songwriters, platinum recording artists, and animal advocates and lovers, Aly and AJ Mashaka. Hi, Aly and AJ.
Hi. Hey, thanks so much for having us.
Oh, we are so excited that you are here. I'm excited. Smiley's excited. So let's tell everybody about what you've been doing. Our show is about adventures with your pets, and I know you've had many, but first, your lives, just your lives are major adventures. Aly, Hellcats was such a fun show. It's dramatic, cool cheerleading stunts, characters, ups and downs like roller coaster rides. How fun was that to shoot and star in?
It was really cool because it was definitely a challenge. I mean, walking into the show, I had a dance background, but then, I learned so much more from the actual cheerleading squads that we worked with, as well as the choreographers. And not only just as a dancer, but as an actress, it really pushed me to my limits. And I honestly have to say that I will be friends with some of those people from that show for the rest of my life, because they're really amazing, incredible human beings. And I'm really close with my hair and makeup stylist, as well as like the creator and our director of the show. So it was really an amazing experience.
That's really cool. So it was a bonding experience as well as a great artistic experience. And you were so fantastic in the show. I just want to say that again. I loved watching it. And my goodness, that closing scene between the two of you, that was like way dramatic. As far as acting goes, that's one of television's.
Oh, wasn't that a great way to end the series?
Talk about a cliffhanger. Oh my gosh.
Yes, AJ, tell us about that scene. It was so heart-wrenching how sad you were. AJ, set it up and just tell us how fun it was to do that.
It was fun to shoot. I mean, Aly and I, we have such good chemistry. We've been obviously, working together since we were really little.
Yeah.
And I think it really makes a difference when you're blood. I mean, we have so much in common and we work so well together. I think it was just inevitable to have us on the show together. So that scene, I mean, it was intense to shoot because you have to get in a headspace whether you're with your best friend working or not. But I have to say, that being the cliffhanger, I think it made the show that much more interesting. It's kind of like the viewer can kind of almost make up the ending themselves, which I think is neat. You don't get an opportunity to do that a lot. So we had a blast shooting, but that scene in particular was definitely heart-wrenching because I know Aly and I, being sisters, we were able to tap into something that made it that much more emotional.
Right. On the show, you played sisters, but you had not known that you were sisters all of your lives. And then you found out that you shared the same father. And then it was just very, very complex. Aly, tell the listeners, for anyone who did miss it, what was going on with your characters.
Yeah, I mean, my character Marty was definitely going through a lot of betrayal, just because her mother has kind of kept a lot of things from her for many years. And she ends up actually finding out that her dad was a serious drug addict, and really that was the reason why he abandoned her. And the fact that she now has a half-sister who is fathered, by her dad is, I think, almost maybe too much for her to handle. But she, I think, is looking for that kind of relationship with someone that she's never had. And that's why she does gravitate towards AJ's character. And their love of music also brings them really close together, which I think is really neat.
Right. And at the very end, it was just very, very dramatic because they loved each other, but something had happened and then they were leaving each other. It was very, very explosive. So congratulations on that, girls. That was just absolutely amazing. And you've worked on other projects together too. You've done Cowbells, Haversham Hall, your singing careers, and you've toured together with your mother as well. It's just so cool. You're like a little family unit going around together often. That's right, right?
Yeah, no, it is. I think for Aly and I, it's so cool. I feel like it'd be so hard to be a solo artist in this industry because you don't have someone right by you 24/7. And Aly and I, being that we're a duo, it's so fun to just go around the road and just tour and make new friends and perform great shows and experience it together where we have so much in common. We're just able to soak it in at the same time and just really, really live those memories. It's neat for Aly and I to be together. I couldn't really imagine doing it on my own, and we have a really tight-knit family, so I'm very appreciative of that.
Right. AJ, you just got back from overseas, didn't you? Were you shooting over there or just taking a little break?
I was taking a little break. I was visiting, and I just had a blast. I was gone for a month, and when I got back, I was like, oh my gosh, how do I even get in the routine of daily life?
Right.
I was in London and France, and I had a great time.
Oh, I love London and France, two of the very, very best places. And one thing that I guess is really cool from shooting on locations is you get to get a taste of these areas, and then you know where you want to go, and you want to go and just relax and kick back, right?
Yeah, it's so true. Or you're on tour and you did London and you had no idea what it was like, and then you know more about it next time you're there. So I agree. It makes things actually easier.
Yeah. And speaking of family, I know you've been known to bring your four-legged members on location too. Tell us about that when that's happened.
Oh my gosh, there's something therapeutic about, I think, having an animal around you when you're on the road and you miss home, or when you're on set and you need a little friend in your trailer to visit. I mean, Willow especially, our little Shih Tzu Bichon mix, she goes everywhere. She's such a good traveler, and she loves it. I mean, she'll be in the car, she'll be in the tour bus, she has her own little area set up, and she really enjoys it. And the other dogs, it's a little harder for them, I think, to kind of tough it out and be little roadies on the road. But for Willow, it's really easy. And they love being on the set. It's adorable. Everyone kind of just passes Willow around and has fun and snuggles her, and it brings a lot of joy to people.
Right. So tell us about your other dogs. You mentioned your other animals. Tell us who else is in your family.
Yeah, well, we have four dogs all together. we have an Australian Shepherd mix, and her name is Bandit, and we've had her the longest. We have a Shih Tzu Bichon mix, as well as another Shih Tzu Bichon mix, Rhodey and Willow, who are just adorable white fluffy things that look like teddy bears. And then we only not too long ago rescued a little Papillon mix named Moneypenny, who has brought new joy to our life, and she's amazing.
I love that name, Moneypenny. That is, I could just visualize her. I haven't met her. I did meet Bandit, and Bandit is such a sweet, sweet little love. Tell Bandit I said hey, okay?
Oh, of course.
And you've got your little dog named Rhodey, but Rhodey doesn't go on the road with you, right? They like you said, they have their own personalities, and they tell you what their job is, right?
Well, we named her on purpose because we thought it was funny that she could be a little road dog, and she's the absolute opposite. She hates traveling in the car. She gets nervous. She loves being at home where she's used to everything.
She could not be less of a roadie.
Oh, that's very funny. And that's one thing about being a good pet parent is when you get an animal that they do have their own personality and their own preferences. And you may think that you want something for them, but they tell you what they want too, right? Obviously, you've learned that from your animals.
Exactly.
They do. We learned it real quick with Rhodey. So we went, all right, well, you're not going to stick with your name, but you're still amazing to have around the house.
Right. They're great to come home to. You come home to a whole entourage. You have your fans outside and your fans inside, your little doggies who are dogs who love us no matter what, right?
That's so true. And they listen to every piece of music we've ever written.
Which is actually really neat. They hear everything before anybody else does. So they have a very important job.
Yes, they have an insight into our lives that no one else has, actually. I mean, literally, Aly and I will be on the piano starting a song, and all four of them will jump on the couch, listen, they'll wait, they won't bark, they'll just take it all in, and it's just adorable because they actually become our audience first.
That is so cool. And do you find that you look to them, and not that you look to them, but that they inspire you in a certain way, just their energy? Do you find that you're sort of communicating with them while you're creating?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think so for sure. I mean, and dogs have such, they have such an emotion for like what's going on with you. Like when we're really sad or when we're really excited, they will act upon how we're acting. It's really funny.
It's amazing.
And they'll comfort us if we're down or whatever.
Well, and they have an innocence that's so beautiful. So I just love to be around dogs 24/7. I mean, they do bring a healing and a peace, I think, to the house for sure.
Absolutely. I know from me that animals are healers and teachers. There's no doubt, and that's exactly what you just said. AJ, have your dogs taught you any specific lessons, or is it just general grounding and being connected? Have they shared something with you that you can share with us?
Well, I think our dogs, like Aly said, there's something about them in the sense that, you know, they're connected. No matter what emotion you're acting upon, they're always there, and they're always kind of doubling you. They always match what you're feeling. And it's interesting because I've noticed our dogs have kind of taken that on. And if we're kind of feeling down or we're just tired, they'll kind of just take it in. They'll snuggle you. They know when you're not really doing well. They'll lick your feet. They'll lick your face when you're crying. There's something about it. It's like they're so connected. There's no particular story where I feel like, wow, that dog just taught me a lesson. But there are these little things in life that you notice dogs go through things with you. They're actually connected, and I think they're really healing to be around.
Right. And the way you described that was said so beautifully. It's like they're a mirror to us, and we can see, even if it's something we can't really see in ourselves, we look at our dog and they're reflecting it back, and it clarifies, right? They are amazing creatures.
Right. You're right. You're totally right.
Yeah, very cool. And Smiley's telling me right now that it's time for a quick commercial break, so we're going to be right back. Good boy, Smiley.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
I'm Smiley the dog. I'm Super Smiley. Let's rock!
Love your pets but wish their medications were a lot less expensive? They are at 1-800-PET-MEDS. You'll not only save on flea and heartworm medications, but on prescriptions for arthritis, incontinence, thyroid, and more. And you get fast service, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, our licensed pharmacists ensure accuracy, monitor drug interaction, and more. See why over 5 million people have trusted their pet's health to 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Call now or order online.
Go to 1-800-PetMeds.com/adventure, ADVENTURE, to get 10% off any order and free shipping on orders of $39 or more at PetMeds.com.
They are my friends, they are my children, they are the furry feathers and kids. They are my family, they understand me, that's how I love my pets.
I Love My Pets, the new single by Mark Winter, available on iTunes.
How would you like your business to reach out and invite in our audience?
We have a brand new trademark concept called Info Seeds. Info Seeds are short 20-second seeds of information about your place of business, practice, or service.
We only have a limited number of slots left. For more information, visit
PetLifeRadio.com.
Click on sponsorship information.
There you can listen to a sample of Info Seed or email us at
PetLifeRadio.com.
Remember, only a limited number of opportunities are available.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. Oh Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand. This is the place for a special paparazzi treat. Only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life
PetLifeRadio.com.
Radio.
And we're back on A Super Smiley Adventure with the talented sisters Aly and AJ Mashaka, stars of television and film, recording and singing sensations, and most important here, pet lovers. Okay, girls, I mentioned our squirrel adventure. Smiley and I had an amazing squirrel adventure with Aly and AJ. Tell everybody about our squirrel day.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we ended up rescuing a squirrel with our mom. My mom actually found it. A baby tree squirrel who just fell out of a tree. So we took it and started nurturing it, obviously, taking care of it, feeding it with, a little milk bottle by hand. And it started to get much bigger throughout the months. And we realized that, okay, it's at a certain size now where it actually needs to be released back into the wild because we kind of had nursed it back to health. And it was really strong at this point. So we knew that it was ready to be climbing trees and doing squirrel things. So we ended up finding online that is like a squirrel rehabilitator and releases them into the wild again. So we decided to release them on Megan's property. And we decided to let our little squirrel, little Malcolm, that was his name, that's what we named him.
Malibu.
And so he's hanging in Malibu right now, having a ton of fun.
He is so hanging here. I saw him just the other day when I called you all to invite you to be on the show. And he has a friend, and he had a friend. They run up and down the patio, and they are having the best time. I even took some pictures and sent them over to you. Did you all see the pictures?
Yes. Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
He's
little
really
Malcolm, he's so big. It's almost like it's like his little squirrel dream center. He just runs around.
Totally.
And he's in the wildlife. He's in beautiful location and weather, and he has friends, and it's kind of beautiful that he's in that area.
Right. Well, I appreciate you bringing him over because it's so much fun for me. And you all brought up a really good point, too. Whenever you find a wild animal, they require very specific care, and you all did a great job taking care of this little squirrel. But then an important thing is to release them back into their natural environment. And you all found an expert, and they brought over a squirrel box that we put in a tree that was very, very specifically placed, so the squirrels would be safe and wouldn't fall out, in the place where the dog was. So give some people some advice on just how to go about finding someone who can take care of a wild animal if you were to find one.
Yeah, I think it's all about research. I think that the internet obviously has, all the answers you kind of, really need basically. And if you meet with that person in person and you see, the operation that they're running, like we could tell immediately, with this woman who was a part of this rehabilitation center for squirrels was very, very much like connected to not only just wanting to help squirrels, but she was doing a good job and actually really knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
So,
wonderful.
yeah, so I think it's all about that. And I think it's about realizing that these animals are not pets. If they're meant to be in the wild, that they need to be in the wild. As fun as it was to have a little squirrel around for a couple of months.
You have to do it properly, and so that's what we did.
Yeah, very, very cool. And you all set a wonderful example. And Malcolm is so happy and so thankful. I'm going to tell him that you girls were on and you said, hey, okay?
Yeah, tell little Malcolm hello. We love him.
Okay. And our show here is A Super Smiley Adventure. It's about adventures, and that certainly was an adventure that day. You've talked about traveling with your dogs and the lessons that they've taught you. Have you had an adventure with them that you'd like to share, aside from just the general traveling and being on set and location and recording? Those are pretty big things. But anything else fun you can tell us about?
Well, Willow's the type where I'll take her to auditions for good luck, and she'll literally wait, with my mom in the car. And I come out, and she has been positioned and poised to wait for me. And it almost will look like she's praying. It'll almost be like she was wishing me good luck on my audition. Like she was thinking about me. She'll be in the window, and her head will be set a certain way, and she'll be kind of very, very serious and not really wagging her tail yet. Wants to make sure that I came out feeling good about what I did. And then she'll see my face and she'll really know that I did a great audition. She'll welcome me in the car, and I don't know. I always feel like those are adventures when your dog's with you and you take them around and they're in different environments, and she knows something's kind of weird, and she knows that I'm getting ready for something serious. So she's, very somber, and she doesn't, bother me. And then she'll be all hyper when she knows that I did such a great job. I just think it's adorable. I don't know if it's much of an adventure, but I think it's a cute story.
No, it's very, very cool. And I believe that when you're connected with an animal, if you allow yourself to go with them on that emotional journey, that actually is an adventure, because they take us places where even humans that we're close to, they can't take us on these deep, I don't know, there's something different about animals. And that's what you're talking about. I totally agree. Totally agree. And you mentioned your mom, Carrie. And I remember Carrie talking about you girls being homeschooled. And she said that this gave you more freedom. Like if you wanted to go see your horse and give him a bath, you could work around
It totally gave us freedom. I mean, we were avid horseback riders when we were, homeschooled, as well as always constantly going to the pound trying to find dogs to rescue. And also, we were able to do really fun things with animals. Like we were able to actually incubate our own eggs and hatch chickens. And then we ended up giving them to a farm, like a working farm, as well as growing our own butterflies in the backyard in that little habitat that you can buy online. That's amazing. And you can actually watch the butterflies grow. And so we did a lot of those things. And that was really a magical way to experience animals and just growing up.
Yeah, that is so cool, Aly. What you just said, it struck me as so inspired as to the balance of what's important in life. And that's what you're saying. Your learning and education is extremely important, but there is a balance and there is a more of a depth out in the world, out in nature. That's exactly what you're referring to, right?
I couldn't agree more. Yep.
Very, very cool. Aly, you just mentioned horses and growing up around horses. And AJ, at one time you were a spokesperson for a horse rescue. Tell us about doing that.
Yeah, I was a part of Return to Freedom with Netta DeMaio, which was unreal because she's all about saving the wild Mustang, and it was so important to me. I mean, that horse represents America, really. And it's incredible. It was amazing. I hung out on the ranch, and I met all the horses, and, I rode some of them, and I talked to Netta about what she's all about, and she's so inspiring and so beautiful, and she rescues these wild Mustangs, and it's just incredible. She raises awareness, and these horses are just beautiful, majestic creatures that are so gorgeous, and you look in their eye and they tell you so much, and they're beautiful to ride, and you feel like you're on top of the world when you're with them, and they bring such a spirituality to, I feel like, just this nation. I mean, they really do represent the U.S. It's amazing. And, I was just all about saving the wild Mustangs. It was really important to me, and I worked with Netta, and she was very professional, and she knew what she was doing, and I knew I wanted to be, a youth ambassador.
Very, very cool. That's so admirable. And AJ, you were also one of the stars in the film Secretariat when you were fabulous in that as well. Tell us about working on that and how that connected with your love of horses, how that inspired you.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I knew the story of Secretariat growing up. My dad witnessed, the race and the Triple Crown and the huge win for Secretariat, and he witnessed that on television. And when I got the opportunity to actually start filming, I would, talk to my dad about kind of what Secretariat was all about. And, I did my research online, and I grew to love this horse I didn't even know. I mean, it was such an inspiring, legendary horse. He's one of the greatest athletes of all time. And it was just incredible to work on such a film. We had about 7 horses playing Secretariat. And I remember, being in the barn and talking with the handlers, in between takes. And me and John Malkovich would be in the barn, and we'd be petting the horses and, telling stories. And it was just a very relaxed environment. Randall Wallace is an incredible director and visionary, and he just really brought to life an incredible story, and I think he told it properly, and I think we did, the family justice, and it was incredible to work on such a beautiful, inspirational film.
It was a beautiful film. I hope that everyone who has not seen it does rent it, because it is absolutely fabulous. And the actual owner made a cameo at the end of the film, and it was just tears welled up in my eyes, because the story is a true story, like you said, of one of the greatest athletes that ever lived, who was born to do this. And it's a horse, an animal. Oh my goodness. It was just amazing. AJ, you were fantastic in it.
Thank you, Megan.
Aly and AJ, you also mentioned that your dogs are adopted. Could you share with everyone the importance of adoption? What do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's so important. I mean, I don't think that there's anything wrong with also, getting a purebred dog that you're really excited about and ready to love on. But I think that there is something special, about a dog that needs a home. And, the dogs that we've rescued, which would be 2 out of the 4, definitely have a special place in our heart just because we rescued them from a bad environment or, just being kind of lonely or abandoned. I mean, Bandit was taken back to the pound like 3 times before us. And Moneypenny was literally like abandoned in a schoolyard, and she was found and rescued. And then we were able to rescue her from this lady that had actually physically found her. So I think it's all about that special connection that you have for someone that needs a home and somebody that needs to be loved on and that's been abandoned. I think there's like that perfect combination of I need you and you need me. And I definitely feel that with our dogs.
Yeah, very, very well said, Aly. And I also want to mention that oftentimes you can find purebreds at the shelters. Angel, my German Shepherd, is very purebred looking. And she, like your dog, was returned to the shelter 3 times because she was too big and too much to handle. So pretty much you can find almost anything you want if you look hard enough at the shelters. And thanks for being such an amazing example.
Oh, of course. Oh my gosh, thank you.
And is there anything else that you all would like to share with our listeners here about pets in our lives and anything?
I think the more time you have with them, the better. Just love on your pets like they're your children and sibling and cousin, and just treat them like, family. I mean, they live in our house, they eat in our house, they kind of just work just like us. Yeah. So I think on them as much as possible and just appreciate what you have and
that they can bring you incredible joy,
Yes, unconditional love.
Yeah, exactly. Unconditional love during times when you're sad or happy. It kind of stays the same. They're always going to be there for you. They're not going to judge you like a person will.
Yes.
Which I think is really incredible.
It is. Like you said, they're in our house, they eat in our house, they sleep in our house. They are integrated. That's the word I use. They're integrated into our families, that they are part of us. They are part of our souls.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Smiley's here, and he has something fun to share with you girls. I don't know if you know this yet, but Smiley created a flash mob dance for pet adoption. And it's not just a flash mob dance, it's a flash mob tour. And we've been touring it around the United States, and it's been so much fun dancing. And maybe since your mom was an NFL cheerleader, we can get all 3 of you to come dance with Super Smiley next time we're all in one place. That'd be
my gosh, that's amazing. Hilarious. We got to see Megan and Smiley dance.
Oh, it'd be so much fun. That'd be so much fun. Well, actually, it's up. Let me give you the websites. Give everyone the websites. It's at our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Megan Blake, and also at supersmileyflashmob.com. That'll take you right to our YouTube channel. And he's also got a Facebook page at Super Smiley Anniversary Tour. And are you girls on Facebook and Twitter, or do you have a website? How can people keep up with what you're doing?
I think Twitter is the best way.
Yeah, it's just at 78 Violet. That's just 78 Violet.
Yep, it's our band name.
Okay, very cool. Your band is 78 Violet. And you're writing songs now. Are you planning on going on tour? What are you doing with your recording right now?
Right now, we're just really inundated in making the next record. All the material's written, and it's, definitely something that Aly and I feel like we're really proud of and ready to put out. And now we're finding the right team member, the right producer to bring all of our songs to an even bigger life than they already have. And we'll release the record, and then, the touring will obviously be a little bit in the future, but not too far away. I mean, we really look forward to going around the world and, sharing our new music. It's really close to our hearts. Right now, we're just still in the creation stage.
And I want everyone to know that Aly and AJ are amazing songwriters. The depth and feeling of their songs. Not only are they fun, but they're moving. They draw you in. Not only are they brilliant actresses, but their music is amazing. So everybody check that out. When there's something that they've got for you to listen to, you've got to check it out. Aly and AJ, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us. We love you. We love you guys.
We love you too, and we're just so happy that you're here with us. And before we go, we always do our super important shout out to Toyota's Pet Safe Initiative. We say buckle up, harness up, super smile, and enjoy your adventure. Thank you again, Aly and AJ. We wish you the best of luck, and we'll be looking for you on the big screen and listening for your music.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye, girls. Until next time.
Bye.
Until next time, I'm Megan Blake here with Super Smiley, Woof, and Super Smiles.
Let's Talk Pets every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.